The reason why I'm okay with it and why I can cope and live with these things without, much as a complaint, is the things that it allows me to do, the spaces that it affords me, the rooms I'm allowed to go in as myself. I walk in every room as myself. I don't walk in any room as anyone else. I'm not cowering. I'm not speaking soft. My voice doesn't change. It sounds exactly the same way. I'm walking as myself and proud, and I speak for us, and that gives me a joy. I'm honored to be in those rooms, and so yes. I've always taken it with me, and I've always went back to it, and then just got to a point where it was like, make this decision. This is something you really love and you love to do. It's time to really focus on it and to get serious about it and, give it your all. And once I did that, it was no looking back from there.
The lesson was, it's always like that. When we say goodbye, we can't know if this is the last time we will ever see. You should never greet someone casually or say goodbye to someone casually. And that lesson came from that experience. Every moment was so rich. Every time we saw each other and every time we said goodbye, we made sure it was a good, thorough, full goodbye. That's how you're supposed to live every day anyway. Every time you leave your house could be the last time. You're supposed to be in the richness of your hellos and goodbyes and thank yous.
That's an individual thing. I'm not gonna let anybody speed up my process. I don't care what's happening out there. That's the great thing about, having ultimate confidence in yourself, is it doesn't matter what's happening. I don't care what's happening. I don't care what you're on or this person's on. This is what I like.
Do unto others as you would have them do unto you is very clear. If you ask yourself that question, well, in this situation, how would I have them do unto me? And you did that, you'd never have a problem. I put my life together and I look at my father, my mother, and grandmother were the most influential people in my life. And in my mind, when I draw it, I always draw a triangle. And my father was the base, and my mother was the left side, and my grandmother was the right side. And I always put discipline as the bottom. My father, hard work, discipline, endurance was really the foundation of creating my life. And my mother was education, and my grandmother was love. So, the combination of that discipline, education, and love was
Yeah, I'm inspired by, life and all sorts of things. You can say something right now and it would inspire me to write a song or something to happen. Most kings just happen to be inspired by Basquiat drawing, the drawing, and he had the most young kings get their head cut off on the bottom. And I looked at that and I was like, it's powerful. Just the statement in itself, lends itself for a song. The song starts inspired by Basquiat. My chariot's on fire. Everybody took shots, hit my body up, I'm tired. Build me up to break me down, to build me up again. They like, Hov, we need you back so we could kill you again. It's like this thing, this love, hate thing that the world has with success, period.
There's zero fear. You realize at the point of maximum danger is the point of minimum fear. It's bliss. It's bliss, and you're flying, right? And you're doing that, and then 20 seconds, 25 seconds, 40 seconds, and you have enough time to just kind of be like, that's that building, I like that one. Right? You start doing all of that, and the lesson for me was, why were you scared in your bed the night before? What do you need that fear for? Just don't go. Why are you scared in your bed 16 hours before you jump? Why are you scared in the car? Why could you not enjoy breakfast? Fear of what? You're nowhere even near the airplane. Everything up to the stepping out, there's actually no reason to be scared. It only just ruins your day. You don't have to jump. And then in that moment, all of a sudden, where you should be terrified is the most blissful experience of your life. And God placed the best things in life on the other side of terror. On the other side of your maximum fear are all of the best things in life.
You know, sometimes people's success, you know, make people feel, instead of saying, wow, that person's successful and I'm inspired. Well, some people are. Some people are like, that person's successful, I'm gonna strive and I'm gonna be exactly where they are. And some people are just like, they got the reverse attitude, like their success means my failure. So I hate that success. So I have to make some kind of explanation of why they're here and why they shouldn't be here and then why they wouldn't be here if this person was here.
When I moved into acting, that was the first time I started applying skill to my talents, right? And you know, I look at skill and talent separately. Like, Pete, you're born with talent. You know, it's like there's certain things that you just do naturally. You were gifted with a talent and you have it. But skill is acquired through discipline, and you know, I've never seen myself as particularly talented. Where I excel is I'm willing to die in the process of acquiring skill. You know, when I put my obsessive mind on something.
How people look at you when you're successful. Media meddles, people sue you, settle. Every step you take, they remind you get it. So no matter how far you are, you still have that stigma on you of where you come from when you walk inside the door. Even if you have a tuxedo on, it's like, oh yeah, that's the guy who used to be this and did that. Most kings get their head cut off. I mean, in war, battle, and in life. At the end of the day, you've achieved everything you want. You've made it to the top of the throne, and at the end of the day, you just get your head cut. At the end of the day, we're gonna find out it's not about the white hot space, but it's about finding the truth. Mm-hmm. That white hot space, people think is the biggest thing, but it's really small. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's almost like a trend. Mm-hmm. Would you rather be a trend or you rather be Ralph Lauren?
Right.
But I'm the person that looked at the Mona Lisa and be like, man, that's gonna be cool in 40 years.
Right.
Right? I play forever.
Right.
I play forever. And so my whole thing is to identify with the truth, not to be the youngest, hottest, new trendy thing.
I think what makes a great MC is the same thing that makes a great father, makes a great husband, makes a great politician, makes a great human being. And it is your commitment to your personal evolution, your personal growth for the purpose of assisting others. You know, I'm working on this record now called, it's called The Mountaintop. And the idea is I've been to the mountaintop, right? And it's like, I'm gonna do reports from the summit, right? I've been to the top of money. I've had all the sex that I've ever wanted. I've had all of the adulation and adoration. And I've been to the top of all of those material world mountains. And nothing makes you happy other than being useful to others. That's it. That's the only thing that ever will satisfy that thing, is that what you are is useful.
What I believe is, like, you know, don't listen to anyone. Everybody's scared. You know, everyone tells you how things worked out, but it worked out for you that way. And then a lot of people will try to put their fears on you. You can't do that. No, you can't do it. You know what I'm saying? So they just projecting. They're putting things that they don't believe that they can do on you. You know, my uncle, he was telling me, like, my uncle said I never sell 1 million records. I sold 1 million records like 1 million times. They'll be who they are, right? And it's just certain tools that you would hope for your child to have. You know, like fairness and compassion and like empathy and a loving heart. And those things translate in any environment. Those are the main base things that you want. Well, for me, I would want my child to have. You know, to treat people as they are, no matter who they are, no matter where they sit in the world. Not to like be super nice to someone at a high position or mean to someone who they deem to be below them. I can't buy you love. I can't show it to you. I can show you affection and I can, you know, I can express love, but I can't put it in your hand.
Right.
I can't put compassion in your hand. I can't show you that.
Right.
So the most beautiful things are things that are invisible. That's where the important things lie. I think when you make music, you want people to hear it and hear different things, and then you want it to start a dialogue, because that's how we get to understanding. oh, you felt that way about it. This is actually what I meant because this happened and these things happened that led to me saying this specific thing.